Welcome to Norway, a land where rugged coastlines meet deep fjords, and snow-capped mountains stand watch over small, charming fishing villages. Just as its landscapes are dramatic and breathtaking, Norway's cuisine is rich in tradition, shaped by the country's connection to the sea, the changing seasons, and the resourcefulness of its people. Here, food is more than a meal, it's a link to heritage, a celebration of nature, and a comfort in long, cold winters. Let's journey through 10 must-try Norwegian dishes that capture the heart of this Nordic nation. Starting at number 10 is Kjøttkaker, Norway's beloved meat cakes. They're similar to meatballs but larger, flatter, and seasoned with nutmeg and ginger. Served with brown gravy, potatoes, and peas, they're the definition of home-style comfort and have been a staple on family tables for generations. Number 9 takes us to Fårikål, Norway's national dish. This simple but hearty stew is made with lamb, cabbage, and black peppercorns, slow-cooked until the meat falls apart. Traditionally enjoyed in autumn, it's a dish that warms you from the inside out, perfect for the cold months. At number 8, we have Brunost, the famous brown cheese of Norway. This caramelized whey cheese has a sweet, slightly tangy flavor and is often sliced thin and served on bread or waffles. It's a unique taste that surprises many first-timers but becomes addictive to those who grow up with it. Number 7 is Gravlax, a Scandinavian classic of salmon cured with salt, sugar, and dill. It's served thinly sliced, often on bread with mustard sauce. This dish dates back centuries, when curing was essential for preservation, and it remains a symbol of Nordic elegance in food. In 6th place comes raspboller, potato dumplings that are hearty, dense, and often stuffed with bits of meat or served alongside salted meats and root vegetables. It's a rustic dish born out of the need to make filling meals from simple ingredients. Number 5 is Rakfisk, or stockfish. This air-dried cod is a tradition dating back over 1,000 years, particularly from the Lofoten Islands. Once a vital export, it remains a cornerstone of Norway's fishing heritage, enjoyed in various stews or simply rehydrated and served with potatoes. 4th place belongs to smalahove, a festive dish made from a sheep's head, traditionally eaten before Christmas in western Norway. It's smoked or dried, then boiled and served with mashed rutabaga and potatoes. Once considered a poor man's meal, today it's a specialty linked to Norway's farming roots. At number 3, we find klippfisk, salted and dried cod. Similar to stockfish but processed differently, it became a global trade product centuries ago. Today, it's used in both traditional Norwegian dishes and international recipes like bacalao. Number 2 is svil, thick and fluffy Norwegian pancakes often enjoyed on ferries, topped with sugar, jam, or brunost. They're a comfort food for travelers and a symbol of the country's love for simple, sweet treats. And at number 1, we have lefse, a soft flatbread made from potatoes, flour, and milk or cream. Traditionally spread with butter and sugar, then rolled up, lefse is deeply tied to Norwegian celebrations and family gatherings, with recipes carefully passed down through generations. Norway's food history is one of resilience and adaptation. Harsh winters and limited farmland meant preservation was essential, smoking, salting, and drying became key techniques. The Vikings relied on dried fish and cured meats for their long voyages, and those methods remain central to the national cuisine. The influence of trade brought spices, coffee, and new cooking styles, yet Norwegians held on to their traditions. Fishing has always been a lifeline. Norway's cod, salmon, and herring have fed not just the country but much of the world for centuries. Rural farming communities shaped hearty meat and potato dishes, while coastal towns refined the art of preparing seafood. Even today, Norwegian cuisine celebrates the seasons. Spring brings fresh lamb and berries, summer means picnics and grilled fish, autumn is for stews and root vegetables, and winter calls for preserved foods and festive baking. Food here is not just about taste, it's about survival, community, and honoring the land and sea that sustain life in this northern country. If you enjoyed this culinary journey, give this video a like, subscribe for more food adventures, and share in the comments which Norwegian dish you'd love to try first. Norwegian cuisine is, at its core, a reflection of the country's landscape and history, a landscape that can be both harsh and generous. The mountains, forests, and fjords have always dictated what was possible to grow, catch, or hunt. Before refrigeration, survival depended on skillful preservation. Drying fish in the cold Arctic wind, salting meats to last the winter, fermenting vegetables to keep vital nutrients, these were not choices, but necessities. Over time, these techniques evolved from survival skills into culinary arts, with flavors cherished rather than merely tolerated. There's also a quiet poetry to the way food is tied to the seasons here. In spring, lamb is celebrated as flocks return from winter shelter to graze on fresh mountain pastures, their meat tender and infused with wild herbs. Summer brings the joy of fresh berries, cloudberries, lingonberries, and bilberries, harvested in the wild and turned into jams, desserts, and sauces. Autumn signals the start of hunting season, with moose, reindeer, and grouse making their way to Norwegian tables. Winter, long and dark, is brightened by rich, slow-cooked stews and hearty breads, foods that comfort as much as they sustain. Regional differences in Norway are subtle but significant. Coastal communities have diets centered around seafood, with dishes like baked cod and fish soup defining their heritage. Inland, where fishing was less abundant, meat, dairy, and root vegetables dominate. In the far north, the indigenous Sami people still prepare traditional dishes like bidos, a reindeer stew, reflecting a way of life closely tied to nature and seasonal migration. Norway's food culture also thrives on rituals. Families gather to make lefse or krumkake before Christmas, just as they have for centuries. The act of cooking together is as important as the eating. Stories are shared, skills are passed down, and recipes are guarded like treasures. Even in modern cities, many Norwegians still return to their hometowns for seasonal traditions, proving that the bond between food and family is stronger than time or distance. In many ways, Norwegian cuisine tells a story of balance, the balance between old and new, between the simplicity of natural ingredients and the sophistication of technique, between respecting tradition and embracing innovation. Whether it's a dish born out of necessity like torfisk, a celebration food like smalahove, or a modern fusion found in Oslo's restaurants, the same spirit endures: respect for the land, gratitude for its bounty, and the belief that a shared meal is one of life's greatest pleasures. To taste Norway is to taste its history, its resilience, and its quiet but profound love for the things that endure. Every bite is a reminder that even in the coldest climates, warmth can be found, not just in the food, but in the company it's shared with. If this journey has left you hungry for more, like this video, subscribe for more global food adventures, and tell us in the comments which Norwegian dish or tradition you'd most like to experience. Until next time, takk for maten, thank you for the meal.